Hi guys, my name's Emma and let's talk spooky stuff. So today I want to talk to you guys about a movie that I recently watched called Don't Knock Twice. This film came out in 2017. Some of you may know of it. It is interesting, but I'm going to tell you why you might like it and why you might not like it. Because I feel like I'm really on the fence with this one. So the film is a high production horror movie that is actually a British film, which I love. Because I like when we have a variety of newer films from different places instead of just America. I think it keeps things more fresh, it gives people more ideas, and I think it's just good for the horror industry as a whole. This film is about a mother trying to reconnect with her daughter who she has kind of left behind in the past. At the start, her daughter shuns her and wants nothing to do with her, but when she suddenly gets mixed up with this tale of what I would call a witch living in her neighborhood, she decides to run for help to her mother. So her and her mother together have to figure out how to break the curse. I'm sure you guys have realized the film is called Don't Knock Twice because it has something to do with the curse. One thing I really did like about this film, it has a lot to do with like folklore and stuff. Not that any of it's probably true, but I like that it explained everything to a T. So it's not like one of those films that they just don't explain why things are happening. They really spell it out for you, which I thought was a good thing. Another thing I really like about the film is it experimented a lot with different camera angles and grungy scenes and like flipping stuff upside down. Kind of like when I was talking about Don't Hang Up. If you see my review on that, they also kind of experimented with a few different filming techniques, and I felt like this film did that as well. But it was also really grungy and it really played with lighting, and I don't know, I thought that was really cool. And one thing that will probably make or break your experience with this film is the fact that the entity is everywhere. And I thought it was really scary initially, but some things and some ways they take it, some experimental ways they involve the entity in situations kind of made it a little bit lame for me, while other ones completely scared the hell out of me. I would say that the monster in this one is, spoiler alert, very much like Mama meets Lights Out. So if you are a fan of both those films, which I actually am, I think that you'll really like The Entity, and I thought The Entity was really fucking creepy in this film. This film is very unnerving in a way, and I would put that down to the fact there's no safe place. So the girl runs to her mother to try and hide from this curse, and the curse follows her, and you kind of feel in the whole movie there's no safe place to hide, where in some films you feel like there might be a good place to hide, like, you know, Nightmare on Elm Street, you can stay awake. Every place is kind of unnerving and you're not really sure what's going to happen around each corner. But in saying all of that, the film does have some original, quite scary parts, but also, as I said before, it is a little bit on the lamer side sometimes. There's a couple of the characters that I think the acting was completely off, and a couple of loose ends that they kind of tie up that still don't really make sense to me, not because they're not spelt out. They don't make sense to me because the intentions of the people don't seem correct with their characters. I felt like the character development didn't really go as far as it needed to go, and you don't really feel connected to any of the characters because, to be honest, they seem all like arseholes. So what I'm trying to say to you guys is there's a few really cool parts about this film, but it's also mixed in with these cheesy, I don't know, just moments that just don't hit the mark. It feels like two films kind of mixed together, and that kind of made me sad because everything else in it is pretty good. And one other thing I really liked about it was the music. If you like Insidious and you like that kind of intense score and, I don't know, like that build-up, Insidious music, do you know what I mean? When the title comes up for Insidious, that kind of music, or even Conjuring, I love that kind of feel, and I love that feel in newer films and newer horror films. So if you like that, you'll probably like this film, or at least the music and sound design of it, where I know some people really don't like that. So once again, this is a film that will have you split. I would say this film is a mix of Lights Out, and it also kind of reminded me a little bit of Drag Me to Hell. If you guys have seen that film, I really like that film. But it missed the mark in so many ways. I'm gonna give it a personal score of 5 because I'm on the fence, obviously. I'm gonna give it a scare score of 7 because I actually was quite terrified at the start. But originality, sadly, I'm gonna give 4 because although the scary parts were quite original, the storyline is not. I wonder what you guys thought about this film. Have you seen Don't Knock Twice? Let me know down in the comments if you thought it was a hit or a miss. And what did you think about the characters? I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll talk to you very soon. Stay spooky. Bye.